In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For Spirit, one Spirit is in this very room, is in this very room. Is in this very room. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For Spirit, one Spirit is in this very room, is in this very room, is in this very room. Good evening, everyone. In this very room, in this moment in time, in the hearts of those that are watching either live or watching throughout the week, there is enough love. There is enough hope. There is enough joy. There's enough everything. We're bringing that to this moment. Once again, welcome to our Wednesday night experience. Michael Burke and I are here to invite Laurel and Bellamy, Reverend Laurel and Bellamy, back into our space and into our hearts. And the three of us are going to explore on this week of Valentine's Day the vast miracle that is love. And we're already knowing for you and with you that there is enough love on this planet. There's enough love in this moment. There's enough love in you to do that which is yours to do, to be that which is yours to be, and to experience and express the vast miracle of love in its many, many faces and forms. Tonight we're going to explore all the dimensions of love. Last week we talked about the many rooms and dimensions of God and of life. Well, there's many dimensions, and we're going to explore all of them when it comes to the miracle of love. We're going to start with a little bit of self-love, known as philatia, self-love, love of self. You see, on Valentine's Day, we're not just celebrating romantic love. We're also celebrating the love that we have for ourselves. We're celebrating the love of family, which is philia, the love of a mother, a father, a child, an uncle, an aunt, a cousin, all of the family. We're going to bring them into this moment, and we invite you to bring your family into this moment. Storge. Sometimes the family that we choose is the family of friends. Storge. And we're going to bring our friends into this moment. I invite you to bring them into the sanctuary of this room, knowing there's enough love for all of them. And of course, Eros. It wouldn't be Valentine's Day unless we celebrated romantic love. Michael has some beautiful poems that are both romantic and sensual, but deeply meaningful when it comes to our love affair with the presence and power that is God. And finally, we end on agape love, purest form of love, that which is unconditional, absolutely unconditional. And so we're going to begin with this song as we move into a place of self-love. I invite you to take a breath with me. Take a deep cleansing breath to the core and the soul of your very being. Breathe there. And feel and sense and know your value and your worth. Love always finds its beginning and its end within us. And this song speaks of the recognition and the truth that love is a spirit that is expressing at the point of you, of me, at the point of us. If love were a bird, I would stroke her bright feathers and watch her fly free across the still of the dawn. If love were a mountain, we'd gather around her and bathe in her silence, her power, her core. Then love would sing and whisper her secret, eternally teaching the ways of the free. In my mind, I can see her, I hear her, and I feel her. For love is the spirit expressing as me. Sing that with me. Yes, love is the spirit expressing as me. If love has her freedom and finds her expression, surely goodness will grow like a flower in bloom. The seed has been planted and tended and watered by the prayers of the hopeful and the tears of the brave. We long to return to that place of still water and sit on the banks under some shady tree. In my mind, I can see her, I hear her, and I feel her. For love is the spirit expressing as me. Take that with me. Yes, love is the spirit expressing as me. One more time. Love is the spirit expressing as me. Philatia, the recognition that love of self is important because love is expressing at the point of you. We offer you our first poem of the evening.
Self-love. Self-love is a revolution. Self-love is a revolution that every atom in your body is marching for. You are not small. You are not unworthy. You are not insignificant. The universe wove you from a constellation. Just so every atom, every fiber in you comes from a different star. Together you are bound by stardust. We are bound by stardust. All together, spectacularly created by the energy of the universe itself. And that, oh, that, my darling, is the poetry of physics. The poetry of you. Accept yourself as a work in progress. Then continue to build yourself into the person you're dreaming to be, the person you have all the potential to be. Accept your flaws, accept your truths, accept your past, and make light of them. No one can tear you down if you make peace with who you are and where you've been. If you are going to focus on the negative at all, focus on turning them into positives. Focus on growing. Focus on growing. Sometimes, well, oftentimes, our minds are the scariest place to sit. It'll trick you into comparing yourself to others. And it'll trick you into believing you aren't good enough. But you are. You have always been good enough. And you always will be. You're much more powerful when you believe in yourself. You know, if you don't love all of you, if you don't love all of you, who will? Who will? Give yourself time to blossom. I love you.
Let us sit for a few moments in the energy, Ephilatia, self-love. Let the vibration of the bowls lead you to the deepest part of your truest essence. From the one comes the many. From the one love comes a family of love. A different dimension of love. Philia, love of family. And bring into this moment those in your family, family of blood, those that perhaps need an extra dose of love. Bring them right here, right now. And celebrate that eternal connection of love, that bond that unites you even in the not so good times. The high times and the low times both contain within them the bond of love, oh, sometimes forgotten, but never broken. In the midst of our arguments, our disagreements, the midst of our celebrations, in the midst of our joys. Love is the oneness that unites us all. I am home. My family is here. And I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I am lifted up in prayer. Bring a mother, a father, a child, a brother, a sister, a son, a daughter, a niece, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin. Bring them all into this beautiful circle of love. And let love make its home once again in your mind. As you know that none of you are family by accident, but for a divine purpose. Love's divine purpose. I am home. My family is here. And I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when I need my family, I am lifted up in prayer. And when my family needs me, I will promise to be there. Love transcends it all. Love of family, I will promise to be there as love this Valentine's Day, this moment. I've asked Laura Lynn to speak about family and about love.
La familia. That's probably a word that is kind of frayed for me right now under this time. And for someone whose ancestry came from a shtetl near Minsk and fled the Tsar because, well, he had a nasty habit of sending the Cossacks to the shtetls on Good Friday. And a mother whose family lived in the rugged Rocky Mountains of Sortino, high above Sicily's Siracusa. Two traditions that cherish family, and watching as the experience of family shifts from generation to generation on that moving escalator we call life. And who'd have thunk it, when I was feeling immortality at 28, that I am now the older generation looking down at the spreading web of cousins, and when they become or have second cousins and third cousins, it's so bewildering. And this time of separation doesn't help. It requires extra care to keep that interdependent web, to keep the ancestors and the babes, the future generation, present and conscious to me, perhaps to you too. I was thinking about that as I drove over, and the phone rang, hands-free, and it was our youngest son, Luke, calling me from Colorado just because. Hi, Mom. How you doing? And instantly, I was in a place capable of driving safely, but I was in a place that I call the lap of God. It's a kind of, if you threw a huge, thick comforter over the Lincoln Memorial so that you could see the outline of the statue without the particulars, that's where I imagine climbing up and curling up in that lap and just letting the monkey mind take a nap. And remember that while I'm in the first generation and we're getting closer and closer to the end of that escalator, it's timeless. We'll always be interconnected. And in the family that's riding that escalator with me right now, this is an invitation for myself as well as you to find ways to give those hugs, to share those remembrances and tell those stories and ask, how you doing and what can I do for you? Let's stay present. Let's embrace being part of that interdependent web. It's a warm, comforting place to be. And I hope it remains that way for all of us. May it be so.
Love of family can never be defined by space or time or distance. In this moment, feel that bond in a moment of reflection as the bowls once again play. The love that begins with us, Flautia, that extends to family, Philia, is extended beyond family bonds. Chosen family, special people that we have reserved a large portion of our love for, our friends. Storge. Perhaps an even deeper dimension of love. Storge. Friendship. Those people that are walking the planet with us, that we know we can call upon when there is a need. And they know that they can call upon us when there is a need. No limits to the strength and the courage and the bravery and the power of that kind of love. Storge. Greater love has no one than they give their life for their friend, it says in Scripture. So many choices we have made out of love to offer our lives to the well-being and the happiness and the comfort of those that we call friend. Take the energy of this very familiar song and bring your friends in close to the vibration that we are creating. If where you are, you know the song, please join in and just sing it as the invitation to all your friends to be right where you are, right where we are. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. What I'm trying to say to you is shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Bring them in close. Let's sing together. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. What I'm trying to say to you is shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Bring them in really close. Feel that connection of heart. Let your heart be an open sanctuary for your friends before we hit our next poem. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Let showers of love pour upon your friends as you take in our next poem.
Shower the people you love with love. How about shower everyone with love? Everyone is your friend. Friendship is the bond between hearts and the bridge between souls. Who are your friends? What makes them so special? How do we make friends? What makes friendships last? What is it that makes friendships last? Our world is crowded with people in our lives. Our lives are cluttered with meetings. So much of our interaction with others is superficial. We don our personas at work. We wear our mask at social occasions. And we play our expected roles in public. We communicate. Yeah, we could say we communicate, but only as a means to an end, an efficient way to persuade others, an effective way to further our own goals, or else just to fill the space of time, to connect the dots of silence in our days. We connect with people in a functional way, more interested in what they can do for us than who they really are as complex human beings. More willing to listen to their next line of dialogue than the incredible story of their lives. Friendship. Friendship is the exception to the rule of shallow relationships. We make friends when we throw a line across the void of surface acquaintances and discover someone on the other side. Someone who is intrigued enough to throw the line back. Friendship begins as a delicate thread between two people, which with time is first woven into a thin cord and then plaited into a strong rope. The bond remains tenuous in the early days of friendship, a careless tug, a careless tug or a thoughtless breach of confidence can break the tie, and either side can simply drop the rope and walk away. Walk away. But as trust builds, so it becomes possible to string a rope bridge across the divide and to test its weight under strain. You know, if the friendship holds up under stress, the two intrepid adventurers can make their clutching way out to the middle of the swaying bridge and greet each other, face to face, for the first time. As friends meet and get to know each other, the bridge is made sturdier by adding planks of understanding, until eventually the rope bridge is replaced by a wooden footbridge. We're getting stronger. The friendship remains vulnerable to inclement weather or weakening if it is not maintained, but easier access strengthens the foundation of commitment. With time, sweet time, the footbridge may become a sturdy stone bridge. And although no friendship is indestructible, for flash floods and earthquakes can strike without warning, the longer it lasts and the more it is reinforced, the better its chances are for survival. We look to friends for honesty. We look to friends for honesty in a world of half-truths and lies. For support when our lives creak under the weight of life's pressures. For encouragement when we are shooting for the stars and only hitting the moon. Friends listen when we need to talk. Friends listen when we need to talk, control us, and comfort us in our tears. They are within us. We are within one another, comforting the heart between us that has become one. They celebrate with us in our moments of joy, because the two have become one in friendship. Friendship is the journey of discovering the miracle of another's being. When we begin a friendship, we light a single candle in the dark room of mistrust and skepticism, and we are delighted by the hope it gives us. And as the friendship grows, as we reveal more of ourselves to each other, we light more candles and are amazed by the glorious sights that become illuminated, parts of ourselves and our friends we never knew existed. Occasionally, some of the candles may go out, blown by the winds of our changing circumstances, or snuffed out in our impetuous anger and frustration. But always, always, always they can be relit. The trail of light, which is friendship, knows no end. Knows no end. For once the room is bright, and our exploration of it complete, there are other rooms, other houses, other cities, countries, and planets. The answer to what are the limits of friendship is, how many candles and how many lifetimes does it take to light the universe? We can do this in our friendships. There are no shortcuts to friendship. Building bridges takes time and effort. Lighting candles takes care and attention. Sharing another's world takes curiosity and endurance. But who would want to take a shortcut when walking the path of friendship is in itself so rewarding? So take hands with your friends today. Enjoy their company. Shed a little light on each other's lives and build a bridge across forever. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel.
Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Let us rest for a moment in the energy of love expressed to Storge, the love of friendship. The depth of the love of friendship draws to us that one special person, that friend that lives so deeply within our hearts, that Storge evolves to a place of eros, romantic love. And often it's the only love that's celebrated at Valentine's Day. But all of the others find their way and their home within this. Many paths have led to the moment of eros. Romantic love, sensual love, care so deep that it transcends language, it is placed in touch, in silence. A moment when love speaks to you and you open up with one other person so tremendously that they become the other half of the presence of God as you walk the earth. Let love speak to us. If we've found that person, say thank you. If we've yet to find that person, keep looking. They are looking for you. I've learned to feel everything, to live a life open wide. Now I feel everything. There's nothing left to hide. I've looked to the depths of me and questioned what was true. I've dug to the depths of me and made myself anew. Love spoke to me and lifted me much higher. Love spoke to me and set my heart on fire. Eros, love that sets our heart ablaze. Love that speaks to us at such a deep place that all of life is alive with the fire of love expressed. Now there's no need to fear. I just enjoy the ride. No, there's no need to fear, for love will be our guide. I live as each breath I take is the last one I receive, and dance in the love of life and follow every dream. Love spoke to me and lifted me much higher. Love spoke to me and set my heart on fire. And for those still seeking, love, speak to me and lift me, oh, much higher. Love, speak to me and set my heart on fire. Our next poem, The Bells of Cabrini.
The Bells of Cabrini. I love this poem. It is about first love that shapes us. At first time we fall in love, we hold hands, maybe lips touch, the first kiss. And we think love is outside of us. We search for that. But the bells of Cabrini are inside of us. What I heard outside showed me that the divine masculine and sacred feminine within me had to be in love before I could truly love another. I had to truly love me, myself, my divinity, the God within me. I could hear the bells of Cabrini grace the oaks along Esplanade as City Park sat and listened to this sacred serenade. I could hear the bells of Cabrini caress the bayou of St. John, draping sound like Spanish moss upon the home of Jean Legrand. She had opened up my heart to a fresh and free sensation. This was my first taste of love outside a family situation. I felt like she was music. I felt like she was music. The undercurrent of my score. She composed me in notes of now as she washed upon my shore. We were young and wild, and not yet wise to the ways that love designs. Its patterns into prisons, its flowers into mines. We were innocent and brave, defying sin as it was preached. We took our youthful chances, our virginity beseeched by the lust of teenage dreams in the moist New Orleans heat, where holding hands was foreplay, and a kiss meant lips would meet. Tender. No tongue to taste the essence of what we'd later taste of love. Just our lips touching softly. Like the sound of bells above. I can hear the bells of Cabrini, now so distant yet still so rich. They have soundtracked my heart as I've fallen in love and shown me as well how Sometimes love's a bitch. Memories of innocence aren't innocent. They are guilty of igniting in me the passion to not play it safe, the lust for a life that is free. I don't know if Jean Legrand knows that she opened my heart so early on, or that the sound of my soul as it grows plays the bells of Cabrini at dawn. I still hear those bells of Cabrini. I feel them kiss the New Orleans sky. They taught my heart that falling in love has nothing to do with what, when, or why. It's the how. It's the how that plays our music as we awaken and we see that being love is the answer to the question of how to be. Being love is the answer to the question of how to be. We are the song of one another and our love. Our love is a melody. I thank Jean Legrand in silence for the love she musicked in me, for the love she musicked in me. I now hear those bells of Cabrini as the beating of my heart, for in those bells I came to life, and life became my art.
Let us sit for a moment in the dimension of love known as Eros, as the bowls once again play, the bowls and the bells that ring within us and our most special relationships. So we come to the greatest dimension of love, agape. That which is founded in and as God, Goddess, all that is. I've asked Laura Lynn to share a little bit about agape, love, that which is unconditional.
I think that the Spirit of God is too enormous for me to capture in any given moment. And yet, I practice allowing the Spirit of God to replace my inner speech with hers or his. Well, for me, it's hers. I find myself saying things in thought, and she'll come in and say, "Would you talk to your child like that?" And I'm convicted. No, of course not. I love my child. I wouldn't think of talking like that to him. Would I be a doormat? No. Because it's my job up to a point to keep the bumpers wheels on that tricycle until they're ready to ride a bicycle on their own. Unconditional love is something that I can only glimpse for a moment. And then, like that, it's gone until the next time and the next time. But when I look into the eyes of my children, my husband, if I'm honest, I look in the mirror and I look into my eyes and I say, have you been kind to yourself today? Have you loved yourself today? Have you been lovingly behaving toward yourself today? And I get a glimpse, I get a moment of, that's it. That's where it is. I was raised in a house where we didn't talk about God, but I was assured that when I was a grown-up, I could choose whatever God or religion I wanted. And so as I was taken to various classes as a preschooler in Manhattan, I would ride the bus and get on my knees and face the window as we came across Columbus Circle and think to myself, if I were God, I would know what every person I can see from this window is thinking and feeling. And I would try so hard to show them unconditional love until my head got dizzy. Dizzy. And that dizziness assured me that I was on the right track. There is such a thing as unconditional love. And in precious moments, I get to enjoy being zapped by it. And my blessing to you is that you'll allow yourself to ponder unconditional love. What could that possibly be like? And enjoy that moment when you've been zapped. May it be so.
So as we begin to wind our time down, let us open up to love's zap. To let that buzz live so profoundly within us that not only are we being zapped, but everyone around us is being zapped with the true essence of unconditional agape love. We don't have to wonder or ponder that there is a God or a goddess, because God or goddess is doing business at the point of us. And perhaps that is the truest essence, purpose of St. Valentine's Day. We have some very beautiful things to share this coming Sunday about Valentine's Day and what that zap might look like. I invite you to join us on Sunday. But right now, let's bring our attention back to wherever we happen to be and to bring back that buzz. Bring back those many faces of love. Philatia, Philia, Storge, Eros, Agape. And let them live in us. Let them live in us at such a degree that the world will know that love exists. Let our job be to go around with every step we take to get dizzy. To get dizzy with unconditionally loving everybody and everything. We hope that this evening had meaning to you. We thank you for joining us in heart and joining us in consciousness through poetry and words, through silence, through sound, through story, through chant, through song, 1,000 different ways. Find the way to love that works for you. And I invite you to express that love, to express your unconditional love for the work that we do here at Unity North by offering us a financial contribution to make sure that we can still keep doing the business of love here at Unity North. Text to give is a very easy way to do so. It's very simple. I know because I'm not so technologically advanced, but I can do it in a matter of seconds once it's set up. Or if that doesn't work for you, please mail in a check and say thank you. And let us know how you're experiencing these things. I mentioned a couple weeks ago to let us know what you think of these Wednesday night things that we're doing, and I got some wonderful emails. That's important. That's a way to pay it forward too. Let your gratitude be expressed in a multitude of ways. Let your love be expressed in a multitude of ways. Find your way to say thank you. We thank you for being here this evening. I'm going to end with one final song, Unconditional Love. I invite you to let these words live in you as we let them live in our poems, in our stories, and our songs. We know a place where all people can run free. A new kind of love, and we call it agape. Don't take too long to find. True love transcends all time. In non-reacting, everlasting love. Give me your unconditional love, the kind of love I deserve, the kind I want to return. Sing that with me. Give me your unconditional love, the kind of love I deserve, the kind I want to return. Now don't try to change or tear your brother down or your sister. Let them make their mistakes and they will come around. Hasten just to pray. It's just a word away. In non-reacting, everlasting love. One more time, let's put an exclamation point on this evening. Give me your unconditional love. Give me your unconditional love, the kind of love I deserve, the kind I want to return. Give me your unconditional love, the kind of love I deserve, the kind I want to return. Thanks for celebrating love with us tonight. Happy Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's week to each and every one of you. Let the many faces of God express at the point of view. Have a blessed and beautiful evening. Give me your unconditional love, the kind of love I deserve, the kind I want to return. Good night, everybody.